we are here today to talk about the upcoming local government elections. We keep giving you updates on the political process in Cross River State independent administration. And of course, today we want to bring that update on the local government elections for those who are interested, the procedure to follow, how to go about it, to ensure that you do the right thing. And the program remains inside Cross River. And I have here with me the privilege of interfacing with the chairman of Cross River State Electoral Commission. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Alright, so it's an independent process, and then of course the cross-version experience is what we are going to be talking about now. So let's get your updates. What specifically is going on? For those who are interested.
Yeah, thank you so much. You agree with me that in 2020 we conducted local government elections, and for a 3-year term for for the incumbents who are there now. It's expected that the next year they should leave office. It is incumbent on us to see that the process that will bring forward the next batch is started in earnest. And in line with the Electoral Act, the 2022 as amended, which stipulates 360 days for elections, we have no option than to commence the process in conformity, in line with the Electoral Act, giving a notice for 360 days. And that is why on the 30th of May this year, we issued notice of election in same compliance with the Electoral Act. Yeah, we went further to do our planning, face the issue of budgets for the election and other things like that. And only yesterday, we were able to present the election timetable to the public. All the political parties were in attendance. The media houses were here, online newspapers and things like that, bloggers were here. So we made public the timetable. In that timetable, we have our critical timelines where it tells you precisely where parties are expected to commence their primaries. Of course, same November or so, we have a period where parties are to submit their candidates to the commission. All those things were captured there. So the guidelines is fully loaded with all those information. So even when parties are to commence campaigns, when the election itself will hold on the 24th of May 2023.
All right, so that's interesting. Okay, so I know I was thinking that I'm sure that's the thought of so many other cross rivers out there. We are running this process simultaneously with the general elections, and then of course this window that was open for this long by INEC, for the upcoming 2023 general elections. Would there be some sort of clash? We are going to be having the general elections in collaboration as well with the local government elections. Wouldn't that be too much for the polity?
No, it's the same exercise we're talking about. It's politics. Of course, some want to vie for presidency or president for Senate. The same thing comes to chairman and ward councillors. All we need to do is that there are different dates for these elections. Of course, the presidential election is February, then the governorship is March, and then after March we have the whole of April, and then our own election comes in May. So I think we have enough time for that, because we can't operate in a vacuum. We can't say because the presidential election is taking place, then we should rather install caretaker committee chairman, and it's against the law. And I want to thank the governor for that foresight. That's okay, now we must run that. Even though he'll be leaving next year, of course, there's no room for vacuum. He's a Democrat and he feels, yes, things should be done properly. And it gives everybody a sense of belonging. Just as people are scheming to be senators, House of Rep member, people are also scheming to be chairman of council, people are scheming to be councillors. It's a process.
So the whole process is going to be political to the very end.
That's it.
All right. So I want to understand, and I'm sure for the benefit of some other people that might be asking this kind of question as well. Why is there a single term for chairman in Cross River State? Is that synonymous with other states in Nigeria, or is it just a Cross River experience?
Well, that is not. There's no. The law does not stipulate that. It's just that where we come from, all of us, the Cross River State, people have an agreement. After this, it goes to this, it goes to this. Of course, let me correct that impression. We've had chairmen that have served 2 terms in this state.
Okay.
It depends on your performance. And if your people accept you and they want to give it to you, they give it to you.
Okay.
In Obaluku, Honorable Achenekan serves 2 terms.
Okay.
In Bekwara, Lego Edagbo served 2 terms before he was appointed commissioner. So it's not as if it's written on stone.
Okay.
Of course, but what you have done for your people should speak for you.
Okay.
And apart from that, if the stakeholders, others are ready to endure for you to go 2 terms, that's how you relate with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that really doesn't have anything to do with CrossGen?
No. We are just there. Of course, however, wherever is presented to us, we conduct. If you're able to win, you win, and we declare you. That's all.
All right. So let's look at the level of preparedness of your office now. We are Cross River State an Independent Electoral Commission. How prepared is the commission for these elections?
Yeah, I want to say that we cannot just run to the field or to the public to say we want to do election when there's no preparation. Okay. We have that mandate, and as I speak, the budget is been submitted already.
Sure.
Of course, and the election basically is next year. What we need to do is the pre-election activities. All right, where you even need a whole chunk of the money is from January, February, and the rest. But where you now go for sensitive, that's where the whole bulk of money goes to. Now, what we need is basically some monies to prepare towards like town hall meetings, ballot boxes, all those non-sensitive materials, meeting with stakeholders and other things, security agencies and other things that we need to do. But where we need the whole bulk of the money is next year, because of course sensitive materials is not you don't buy it on the street. That's what I call sensitive. Okay. So of course, so that is where we need it. But now we need some monies here and there to prepare, carry the people along and things like that.
All right, so from the day you lifted that ban on the 30th of May, right? Yeah. I've seen a lot of people dominate the social media platform, and everybody is literally interested. So what is the qualification to run this election specifically?
Well, the guidelines is here. That's why it was released yesterday. Okay. We made available the guidelines for everyone to look at it.
Okay, so just give me an executive summary. For those who might not have access to the guideline readily available, and for those who cannot even leave their local government to come here, I think everybody is on social media. So let's just give them an executive summary of the requirements.
Yeah, basically, you must be a Crossiverian.
Okay.
All right. You must be 30 years of age to contest for chairman. Okay. And you must be 25 years to contest for councillorship. Okay. So those are and then basic education. Even the concern the federal government, we are not talking about PhD in the contest election. There are basic requirements. Okay. First school living certificate, SSC, as the case may be. So those things are all contained in our guidelines. So I expect everyone to go through and then fit in. And in fact, when we had a meeting with political parties, we had the privilege of distributing those copies to all political parties. Okay. They should go back, and anybody who come, maybe when they call for intent forms, they should be able to issue them, that they know exactly what they're going into it. And then all our area offices, we've distributed copies to them so they can make it available, display on the notice board, so that people can actually have an idea of what before you step into it to contest. Alright,
so that's interesting. If you're joining us, the program is Inside Cross River, and of course we have here the chairman of Cross River State Independent Electoral Commission, and of course we are here interfacing on the way forward. How prepared they are, their level of preparation for the upcoming local government elections. I have with me Professor Michael Che. Alright, so let's talk more on the modalities. I see a lot of people get very overzealous during this political process. You talked about town hall meetings and all of that. To you as a person, what kind of sensitization do you think that the electorates need at a time like this?
Yeah, thank you very much. They must understand the fact that yes, it is a system that we must sustain. Okay. They must also understand that everybody is involved in this business. The state belongs to all of us. The only project we have in Cross is a project Cross River, as I call it. Okay. Everybody must be involved in it. It's not about running the other person down there. In fact, when I met the political party, I told them, and look, the state belongs to all of us. Sure. If you run down whoever is governor or whatever is today, when you come on board, the same thing will happen to you. So we need to support whoever is there. We cannot all be governor and senator at the same time. it's turn by turn. So we must learn after the tussle, after the campaign, the election, whoever emerges, we must give that person the support so that the person will do his best to the next level. And then the next exercise is here. We have to also do. You do your campaign, say your manifesto to your people.
Sure.
And then it's no longer business as usual. No room for ballot box, snatching, stuffing, and all those things. You must tell the people what you want to offer. And once that is done, it will help. Okay. So it's not about people waiting to criticize the system, waiting to blackmail people. No, we must be there and support the system. We can't crash the system because of personal interest. We must do that. So we go around the various internal districts, we sensitize them that the state belongs to all of us. Everybody has the right to contest. When you contest, get your vote. When you win, we declare you. The commission does not belong to a particular party.
Sure.
It's for everybody. But of course, when some people will just sit back without putting effort, waiting for shortcomings, for mistakes, so they can go to court. That will not help you. Of course, for us as the commission, led by me, all the things will be on the table. Okay. If you fail, we put it on the table. You see that you have failed. If you win, you say you have won. So nobody should waste his or her time to wait for technicalities. It won't work out as far as I'm concerned. So that's a session will actually help. Let everybody be aware. We'll be on the same page. The office is open. I keep telling all the political parties and stakeholders, come in, get first-hand information from us. There's no need to stay somewhere and cook up stories and then just to discredit the system or whoever is there. So I think we got a deal that day, and all of them express satisfaction and willingness to work with us and to see that we achieve the results.
All right. So before I get your take on beavers, let's talk more about the Electoral Act. We hear that there won't be pre-election matters. Does that apply to the local government as well? Of
course, yes. You know, the reason why we have the Electoral Act is to harmonize all activities we are doing. Okay. Of course, I take you back to the law establishing cross-sake. For the law of establishing cross-sake, stipulates 30 days to the election. Okay. Now the Electoral Act is talking about 360 days. Of course, when there is conflict, the federal law takes precedence. That's what we're doing. And then now, if the Electoral Act is telling us that all pre-election matters should end, we must follow. Okay. We must do that. It's for the interest of the state. It's not whereby somebody will be sworn into office and then you still go to court till 2 years gone. We shouldn't encourage that. You understand? So I think it's all good for all of us.
All right, that's interesting. So let's go straight into talking about beavers. I know that that technology is one technology that's going to change the narrative. But let me get your take. How prepared are you to use that in your elections, the upcoming elections?
Yeah, it will be an interesting thing for us to use beavers, but we can't just jump into it.
Okay.
Can't just jump into it. INEC can do that. Even INEC that they procure those things, they got experts to train them. They are still testing.
Okay.
So we cannot make a categorical statement today that we want to use beavers.
Okay.
We'll be making a very big mistake.
So for the local government election, the use of beavers will be applicable?
No, I won't say that. I said we are still planning.
Okay.
We are still planning. And then when we see the options, if something we can actually do without problem, we use it. Remember now, it's the best way to go.
Okay.
It's the best way to go. And to me as a person, I'll take it 100%. But I won't say that now because one, we're still trying to study the applicability, how it's being done. You understand that? And because even INEC, they are still watching crossing the T's and the dots, the I's in beavers. So I won't tell you today that crossing will use beavers, but we may use it if we are satisfied with the various processes.
All right, so we've had a few by-elections already where beavers was used effectively.
Okay.
But is CrossSec still not convinced?
Yeah, one, we are convinced, but what I'm saying is that we must do enough training. Okay, so the training is the key of the matter. It's key. Okay. We can't collect equipment and then we cannot operate them. Okay. So getting the equipment is one. Training people to man them is another thing. Okay. So we consider all those things. Okay. And it gives us the voters register. So they can always give us those ones. But we must be sure we can apply them. We must be sure we are able to man them. So remember, the training hasn't started. It hasn't. So considering the proximity to the election, what do you think? Yeah, we are still looking at it, as I said. Okay. Remember, INEC can use call members. We can't use. Okay. We cannot use call because there's no insurance for them. That's the difference.
Okay.
So we recruit people within the state. Probably there's a category of civil servant and people that we use. So if we're able to get them and then we train them to actually man those equipment, we can use them.
Okay.
You understand that? So
But you cannot say categorically.
I cannot say that until we get used to that.
All right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I like the honesty, and I like, of course, the way this conversation is going. Let's go beyond Beavers to talk about your personnel. Over the years, what is your assessment? Would you say that the personnel you have on ground are trained enough? Do you say that, how will you adjust your process so far in all the elections you've conducted in the past?
Yes, I want to say that in Cross River State we have a record. Our personnel are always trained very well, and they're not just that, they are motivated. So they don't go out and collect money from people. I must tell you that even my colleagues from University of Calabar who assisted us in collecting results, the election finished on Sunday, Sunday. On Monday they started receiving their monies.
Okay.
That's it. So there's nothing. If INEC has never done that.
So when you say they are motivated, how motivated are they?
They know that let me finish my work on Monday I have my money.
Okay.
So there's no need to run into the bush, do the thing.
But do you think that would even prevent them from compromising the process?
Well, I don't follow them. But all I have to do is to make sure that I make sure there's hope for them that on Monday your money should be paid.
Okay.
So people of conscience will be oh come on, let me leave it. It's not worth it. I know my colleagues in University of Calabar, I know them. I took time to select good people that it's a dignified profession, and we respect them. I'm one of them. So we make sure that the right thing is done. But if you keep a man hungry for a very long time, there's that temptation.
Sure.
And that's why we have to block that.
Okay, so does that mean that the funding of the local government election by Cross River State government is holistic? Are you saying that the state government should be commended for the funding?
Yes, sure. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If not, we wouldn't have been possible to pay on Monday and Tuesday. On Monday, after the election was declared on Sunday, on Monday morning, colleagues started calling me to thank me for their money.
So are we expecting that same experience this year?
I pray so because it's a system.
All right.
It's a system. I pray so, and I know the governor will do that because I don't think he will want to be dragged to the mud.
Okay.
You understand that?
All right. So as the chairman of CRESEC in Cross River State, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment so far?
Yeah, I want to say that we have so much that we have actually achieved. One, the first election we did was free, fair, and credible. Even opposition party called to commend me. I said I was commended. We also received commendation from international organizations like IFES, like ECHES. Even INEC commended me because one, when INEC came up with guidelines for the post-COVID-19 election, what should be done in a COVID-19, we took the first step. Cross River State was the first state to conduct election post-COVID-19 election. Okay. With all the precautions and other things put in place. We did that. You can still see hand sanitizers here, you can still see but we did that, distributed all the units. So we are commended. I think it's a good thing. We did well. And then we changed the face of the commission, the face of politics of local government politics in Cross River State. We gave open room for everybody to be free, walk in here, get your information, contest. If you win, we declare you. That's what I think it's a legacy. I'm happy as a young man that I've actually achieved, and I'm happy that will be replicated in the next election.
So among all the track record, that is the most distinctive achievement you think you've recorded?
Yeah, we can go on and on to talk about my achievements. They're all written down. The ones that I feel generally everybody will sit and say. It's not easy to conduct election in a post-COVID-19 election period. You know how it was. Sure. Bank was crashed, but we did it. And there was no case recorded.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think that is okay. But if you go down to other things, there are a lot of things we achieved. The records are there.
I also like to get your thoughts on the kind of legacy in terms of the kind of legacy you want to leave behind so many years from today. When people come to CRESEC and they look at the track records of Professor Mike Uche, what is that legacy you think would be the most appropriate thing to leave behind in this place?
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to leave a legacy of honesty, hard work, integrity. Of course, down here, the staff here, they know what we've been able to do. Before we came here, of course, there's no water here. We have a functional water system. We also have other things that we have here. A lot of things change the office. The staff are happy. This office was not like this before now. I'm sure you should be familiar with it. It wasn't like this. Sure. So I think I've contributed my own quota to the to electoral process in Cross River State, and I should be judged based on that. I have my own shortcoming as a person, but I think what I've done should be given to me.
That's interesting. So what would you say has challenged you the most?
Yeah, generally, of course, we still have that problem of funding. Okay. All right, which is a problem everywhere. We know how the economy is. Mm-hmm. We have to try our best to make sure that we keep our heads up high there to do the needful. And I pray that God will provide the funding to the state government to give a call. We are funded by the state government. Sure. So you can't give what you don't have. Mm-hmm. So we pray that such things, they have the opportunity to fund the election the way it should be done. And then we pray that Cross River should be patient with the system and encourage the government of the day, knowing fully well that yes, it's a process. After this, the next person comes and things like that. You can't destroy the person who is there today, like I said earlier, and then expect that you succeed. It's not possible. So we need to encourage ourselves. Let him play his own and leave. The next person comes and it's a state that belongs to all of us. So that's exactly what we have to admonish everyone to do.
Alright, so we always tell you that building a Cross River State of a dream is a collective responsibility. That's why we go to different segments in the political landscape to let you in on what is actually going on and for you to be a part of the process. We cannot be in Cross River as a Cross Riverian and say you don't care. This Cross River State belongs to all of us and it's the only state we have. So before we go, I want you to give me your own personal evaluation, assessment of the Ben-Adele administration, and I'm sure you've worked under this process. What would you say about the Ben-Adele administration in 7 years?
Well, thank you for this question. I want to say that government is a continuum. You must do the next person continue like that. He has been able to bring his own ideas to the table, and we can see some of them. You can see. So you don't expect Ben-Adele to do everything that Cross River State wants. Of course, give him more time. He will still do more. Sure. You understand that? So we should commend him to the level he has taken the state to. Now we talk about industrialization. Even a blind man, will touch and say, oh, this and this and that. Even if it is not working now, the touch of it, the establishment of it is something. Sure. The next person will come and say, okay, what do I do to make sure this thing goes to the next level? We have a lot of them here. All we need to do, you don't expect them to work everything, do everything, make them functional, and deliver on your doorstep to show that industries are working. But the thought alone, sure, the establishment alone, some of them have been equipped. So you don't expect him to finish everything. Then what will the next person do? So people should begin to appreciate the personal efforts. We should thank God for him. He has done his best, and we wish him well as he's living like next year. Of course, I still believe that before next year, more things will still come.